What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got the FAQ for Premium Booster 02, the English FAQ for Premium Booster 02. We need to have a little bit of a chat about this new set. And I think we've got most of the images. Weirdly, they've put the FAQ out without putting a full gallery of the new cards on the website. But I think they've revealed most or all of the new ones. So I think we're going to be okay. But it is a little bit weird now, isn't it? Never mind, eh? Let's start off having a chat about the new Koby. Now, what we got from the new Koby here is a 4-cost 5k, counter plus 1,000, and on your opponent's turn, if your leader has the Navy type, you gain an extra 1,000 power. All that actually does is bring it up to a vanilla 4-cost 6k, counter plus 1,000. We're going to need something a little bit better. But then we've got, when attacking, KO one of your opponent's characters with 3k base power or less. Base power you cannot lower, and then it's got to be base power. And then if you've got 6 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. I don't know why they still say 6 or less. It definitely should be 6 or fewer to be grammatically correct. It's weird that they still say 6 or less. It's been like 16 sets. It's getting weird now. Question is, well, if I've got 6 or fewer cards in my hand, but I can't KO a 3,000 base power or less, there just isn't one to KO, can I still draw a card? Yes. Yes, you can. This is the classic, it's all one skill, you do what you can. If you can go a 3k or less, do. If you can draw a card, do. If you can't, that's fine. Now, Trafalgar Law is a very fun new card from the set, but it's got to be pointed out, it's also got the ridiculous Akira Igawa alternate art. In my humble opinion, the best artwork in the entire set. Akira Igawa never misses, but this is particularly good even for them. And what we got here is 6-cost 7k, counter plus 1,000, and once per turn, if this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may give this character minus 2k during the turn instead. And then when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters minus 2k for the turn. Okay. Well, if I haven't used the once per turn effect, and this character would be removed from the field by my opponent's effect while it has 0 power or less, can I use this to give it minus 2,000 power instead? Yes, absolutely. It has been established for a while in the One Piece TCG you can go into negative power and cost above 10 and all of that good stuff. That will absolutely work, which is rather lovely. Now we have a new jewelry, Bonney, coming in. And by the way, you may have noticed at this point, I'm just using this as an excuse to show you some nice English pictures of the alternate arts. Not a coincidence, very deliberate. But Jewelry Bonney's got a lovely skill here, whereby it's a blocker, 3-cost 3k, counter plus 1,000. And on your opponent's attack, once per turn, set one of your Don cards active. Not a coincidence, of course, that this just so happens to then give you a Don card open so that you can use a Jewelry Bonney leader and that skill to go and rest down one of your opponent's characters. I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest this is probably not a coincidence. This is probably why the card was designed like this. But the question is, if I was attacked by my opponent's character and used its effect to set one of my Don to active, can I then use the effect during the same attack of my leader, Jewelry Bonney? Yes, you can. Again, this got to be why it was designed like this. Now, the reason you can use it in the same attack is when it's your skills activating, you choose the order in which they activate. You choose to use your Jewelry Bonney character. That opens up a Don to be used. You then choose to use your Jewelry Bonney leader afterwards, and by the time you use that skill, you go and check and, oh look, there's a Don open. Let's go use it. If I'm attacked by my opponent, when I only have active Don cards in my cost area, can I choose not to use this effect, use an event or other card to rest one of my Don during the attack, and then use this effect the next time my opponent attacks? No. The reason for this is effects that are on your opponent's attack will always activate when your opponent attacks. So even if you don't set one of your Don cards to active, you still use the effect. You still activated this skill. And because you've already activated the skill, you cannot activate it again because it's once per turn. Yes, I know that's a little bit sad. No, it's not ideal. But hey, at least we know the ruling now, so we can move on with that. If my opponent's character attacks, and it's when attacking effect removes this character from the field, can I activate this character's on your opponent's attack effect? No, you cannot. And again, this is pretty well established. The way it goes is, although you get to choose the order in which your effects activate, when it's your turn and you're the one attacking, your skills activate first. So the attacker attacks, their skill activates to remove you from the field. You're not there to activate the when attacking skill. Your when attacking skill would activate after your opponent's, but your opponent's skill takes you off the field. You're not there to activate it. Sorry about that. It doesn't work. Never mind, eh? Now we know we have ourselves a new Luffy, and you may notice that the alternate art here is the same one that features on the front of the booster pack. And we've got a 4-cost 5k counter plus 1,000. And on your turn, on play, if your leader is multicoloured and your opponent has 7 or fewer Don cards on their field, your opponent rests one of their active Don cards at the start of their next main phase, which is incredibly fun because it means they're going to have one fewer Don to use on their turn. That's kind of fun. For you, less so for your opponent. Well, if I played this character when my opponent had 7 or fewer Don cards and activated its play effect, do they still rest one of their active Don if at the start of their next main phase they end up having 8 or more Don cards? Yeah, of course they do. And the reason here is you select when you use the skill and then you look. You use a skill, you look, they've got 7 or fewer Don, you get to rest one down. Well, at the start of their next main phase. It doesn't matter what happens after that. The skill has already come in. The Don is going to be rested. Now, Roronoa Zoro is coming with a new card in this set with an alternate art, which is quite cool. A lot of people like this one. I still prefer the lore, but it's a cool card. And we've got 4-cost 4,000 power, counter plus 2k. We got a blocker. And on your opponent's turn, if this character would be rested by your opponent's character's effect, you may rest one of your other characters instead. When I use this, can I select a character that cannot be rested to save Roronoa Zoro from being rested itself? No! That would be cheating. You've got to rest another character instead. If you can't rest them, then you're not resting them, and you're not resting a character instead, so it doesn't work. Gutted. Still a cool skill, though. Just don't be cheeky. There is a new Charlotte Pudding coming along in the set. One of the super rares here over in purple. 7 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And we got a skill here whereby, on play, Don -2, if your leader has the Big Mum Pirates type, and your opponent has 6 or more Don on their field, you draw 2, and then play a Big Mum Pirates card, character card, with 6 to 8,000 power from your hand. Well, if my opponent's got 5 or less Don, can I still play a Big Mum Pirates character and just not do the drawing? Nope. Sorry, we've seen this kind of ruling a lot. You only get to use any of the skill if you've got a Big Mum leader and your opponent's got 6 or more Don on their field. If both of those things aren't there, you don't get to use any of the skill. I'm sorry. There is a new Sabo coming along in the set. Another one of them new lovely super rares. 6 cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 2k. If you've got 15 or more cards in your trash, give this card -3 cost in your hand. So it's a free cost. And it's also a blocker. Well, if I've got 14 cards in my trash, but I activate the effect of EB01 Scarlet to trash it and play a Dressrosa card of a cost of 3 or less other than Scarlet from my hand rested, can I use that to play Sabo? Yes, absolutely. What happens is you use Scarlet, you trash Scarlet, then you play a card from your hand. At the point you play a card from your hand, Scarlet has already moved into the trash, become the 15th card in the trash, and therefore Sabo is a free cost. You check when you go to play, you trash Scarlet as soon as you use the effect, so by the time you check your hand to play a free cost or lower, oh, Sabo has become a free cost and we're good to go. And then finally there is a new Boa Hancock coming along, over in yellow, 5 cost, 7k, and on play, you can trash a card with trigger from your hand, and your opponent's rested leader or one of their characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of their next end phase. And as a trigger, KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Can I choose one of my opponent's active characters other than Monkey D. Luffy as the target of this effect? Yes, you absolutely can. It's all down to the wording. You may choose your opponent's rested leader or up to one of their characters other than Luffy. It's not their rested leader or one of their rested characters. It's their rested leader or one of their characters, whether active or rested. So there we go. There's your Premium Booster 02 FAQ. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me which ones make sense. Tell me if it changes your thinking going into this new set. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.